Hi, I am K. Vijayalakshmi, Social CRT, KGBV Markapur, Prakasham District. Dear students, today I am discuss about the ninth class, chapter 2, the natural realms of the earth. The earth scientists usually talk of four natural realms on the earth. They are 1. Lithosphere, 2. Hydrosphere, 3. Atmosphere, and 4. Biosphere. Look this picture, students. The natural realms of the earth: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. Students, you already know about realms of the earth in the previous classes. Now, in this class, realms and how they are interrelated and also how human beings interact with them. The first one is lithosphere. The solid crust or the hard top part of the earth, which is made up of rocks and minerals and covered with a thick layer of soil, is called the lithosphere. Lithosphere means in Greek, litho means stone or rock, and spira means sphere or ball. It is not a smooth surface on the globe. It has high mountains, plateaus, plains, deep valleys, and oceans. We and most other living beings live on this realm. Many of these features are shaped by wind and water. The lithosphere heats due to sun rays or cool downs. It influences air and water too. We use the rocks and soils and other things found in this hard crust in many ways. The second one is hydrosphere. The realm of water is called hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means the Greek word hydra means water, spera means sphere or ball. Some part of the water is found deep down under the earth among the rocks, groundwater or mineral water. It comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. And in the atmosphere in the form of water vapor and clouds. Life on earth is not possible without water. The third one is atmosphere. The thin layer of air that surrounds the earth is atmosphere. Atmosphere means the Greek word atmos means vapor. Spera means sphere or ball. It consists of a large number of gases including oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. and also a dust particles. This cover of air is held around the earth by its gravitational force and rotates around the sun with the earth. Biosphere. The realm of life including bacteria which live high on atmosphere or in deep oceans constitutes the biosphere. Biosphere from the Greek word bios means life. Life needs the presence of all the three realms: land, water, and air. So, life resides in the intersection of the three natural realms. Life also actively changes the three other realms. You have read about mining of minerals like barite or coal. In what ways do you think this affects lithosphere? And human beings consume a lot of medicine like antibiotics to cure sickness. How do you think it affects the lithosphere and hydrosphere and biosphere? You may have noticed that many of the scientific terms use Greek words. Why do you think they do this? Dear students, write the answers above the questions. First one, lithosphere. The lithosphere deals with the land we live upon. You saw in the previous last chapter, the crust of the earth is uneven. The very low basins are now filled with the oceans and continents. Landforms. First order landforms, second order landforms, and third order landforms. The geographers divided the first order landforms or the primary divisions of the Earth's crust into oceans and continents. The second order landforms are called mountains, plains, and plateaus. Third order landforms by geographers is called mountains, valleys, deltas, sand dunes, etc. Now we discuss about the first order landforms, oceans and continents. Oceans. There are 5 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Southern Ocean. Continents. There are 7 continents: North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, Antarctica. Observe this picture, students. The blue color is called the oceans. There are the 5 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Southern Ocean. Observe this picture, students. Continents. These are the 7 continents: North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, Antarctica. World map. Continents and oceans. Fill up this empty map of the world by naming the continents and coloring them brown, and naming the major oceans and coloring them blue. Second order landforms. Mountains, plains, plateaus. The highest snow from the earth is called mountains. Plains can be formed from flowing lava, from deposition of sediment by the water or wind. This is called the plains. Plateau. A large high area of flat land is called the plateau. The jigsaw puzzle and the moving plates. There are about 6 major plates on the earth and several minor ones. The major plates are African, North American, South American, Indo-Australian, Antarctic, Eurasian, and Pacific plates. Among the minor plates are the Nazca and Arabian plates. Plates actually flat on the mantle. The movement of plates is called plate tectonics. Tectonics comes from the Greek word tekton, meaning carpenter or builder. It is related to the Sanskrit word takstan, again meaning carpenter. Observe this picture, students. There are so many plates: South American plate, North American plate, African plate, Eurasian plate, Pacific Plate, Indian, Australian Plate, Pacific Plate. There are so many plates in world. Map of world plates. The movement of massive base of rocks, that is the plate, is called plate tectonics. Sea floor spreading. The mid-ocean ridges or ranges formed by lava rise up from the mantle. This fresh crust slowly pushes the plate away, which is called the seafloor spreading. Geologists studying the crust under the sea have discovered that under some oceans like the Pacific Ocean, there are mid-ocean ridges or ranges. These are formed by lava rising up from the mantle. The eruptions on the ridge created new ocean floor made of basalt rocks, which then spreads laterally from the ridge. Wrapping and stretching of continent. Stage 1. Continental cracks due to pressure of convectional currents. Of Rift Valley. Stage 2. The cracked protection of the crust collapse to further Rift Valley or depression. Ancient ocean, mid-ocean ridge. Stage 3. Oceans take the place of depression, still the magma keeps rising to form of cracks of fault. Ocean. Stage 4. Ocean at present. Action at the margins. The margin of the plates are the boundaries where the plates meet are the sites of highest geological activity. We saw how new crust is formed leading to seafloor spreading along the mid-ocean ridges. Similarly, in other margins of the plates where one plate meets another, often the incoming plates dips under the stable plate. In fact, the incoming plate actually goes into the mantle of the earth and becomes molten due to the heat of the mantle. The plate thus going under into the mantle actually pushes the rest of the plate with it. These in turn pulls in newly formed a sea floor near the ocean ridges. For example, the Indian plate, on which the Deccan Plateau of South India ridge pushes the Eurasian plate and goes under it just where the Himalayan mountains are. The plate boundaries are also characterized by volcanic eruption and earthquakes. There are the most earthquakes prone and volcanic prone zones. So it is called slow movements and sudden movements. First, the very slow movements leading to the formation of the crust. Movement of the continental plates and they eventually return to the mantle. And second, the sudden and dramatic eruptions of volcanoes and earthquakes. The sudden movements can be destructive and causes much damage. At the same time, they also led to change in landforms. Volcanoes. Volcanoes are places on the Earth's surface where molten material from the mantle erupts into the Earth's surface. Structure of a volcano. Magma chamber, side vent, layer of lava and ash from fast eruption, lava, central vent, lava, volcanic bombs, Earth's crust. Molten material is also accompanied by steam, smoke, and various forms of gases from the depths of the earth. The smoke, ash, and dust spreads out in the atmosphere, while the molten material cool and form hard rocks called igneous rocks. Sedimentary rocks. The debris is transported by river to sea, where layer after layer is accumulated in the bottom and over time get transformed into sedimentary rocks. Intrusive landform. When a volcano is erupted, some part of the lava may cool under the surface and become a rocks. These are called the intrusive landforms. Extrusive landforms. When a volcano is erupted, some part of lava pours on the earth's surface or pours out of the fuses on the earth's surface and forms of rock, which are called the extrusive landforms. Important volcanoes in the world: Stromboli, Sicily; Mount Pelee, West Indies; Mount Vesuvius, Italy; Fusiyama, Japan; Cotopaxi, Ecuador; Mayon, Philippines; Barren Narcondam, Italy; Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Stromboli volcano in Sicily. Stromboli volcano, most active volcano in the world, are lighthouses of the Mediterranean Sea. Mount Pelee, West Indies; Vesuvius, Italy; Mount Fusiyama in Japan; Cotopaxi in Ecuador; Mayon in Philippines; Barren and Narcondam volcanoes in India; Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. Plate boundaries found around the Pacific Basin. Ring of Fire. Geologists noted the high number of earthquakes and volcanic activity occurring around the Pacific Ring, the edge of the Pacific Ocean basin. About the 3/4 of all active volcanoes in the world lie within the Pacific Ring. The theory of plate tectonics provided the explanations for this pattern. Plate boundaries are found all the way around the Pacific Basin. It is along these plate boundaries that many volcanoes and earthquakes occur, giving in the name of ring the Pacific Ring of Fire. External process. External process like water and air are working vigorously to wear away the surface, and the interaction of these constructive and destructive processes give rise to the great diversity of present-day landforms. These external processes on one hand wear away the surface of the rocks and mountains. Then they transport the worn out the particulars and deposit them in the lowlands and basins. The process of weathering away and deposition causes a general leaving of the surface. Order landforms. These shaping of the landforms by wind and weather are called third order landforms. These landforms included the features like covered mountains, valleys, deltas, sand dunes, etc. Processes like weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition are largely responsible for these landforms. Denudation of rocks. Denudation is a continuous process. The lowlands, what we see today, were once mountains and plateaus. Landforms continuously keep on changing due to denudation activities. But these changes occur very slowly. The structure of mountains, plateaus, and plains keep on changing through process known as erosion, circular, geomorphic cycle. How air and water transforming the surface of the earth. Rocks were formed out of molten material coming from the mantle of the earth. These rocks over millions of years have been shaped into valleys and plains of loose soil, river valleys cut into mountains and plateaus. The hard primary rocks are broken into small pieces. These small pieces are cut off from the parent rocks and carried lower down to other places and deposited there. This process is formally defined as follows: weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition. The four aspects of process of the air and water transforming of the surface of the earth. The first one, weathering. The gradual disintegrations of rocks by atmospheric process are weather process. The rocks when exposed to heat expand and contract when cooled down. This happens every day during day and night and through year after year in summer and winter seasons. Surface rocks contracts and expand and contacts again. It gradually becomes brittle and begins to break down. Water and moisture in the air also help this process. Water reacts with the chemical of the rocks and further weakness the rock. This process by the rocks are weakened and broken are called weathering. A large cracked rocks and you find the color of the internal core of the rock is different from of outer layer. The color of the outer layer changes due to this process of weathering. Find it easily to chip small pieces of rock from the outer layer rather than from the core of the rock. The second one is erosion. Flowing water and wind have great power and can slowly wear away cut away the rocks and soil cover in higher places. Water acts in many ways as rain, river, flowing groundwater, sea waves, glaciers, etc. Wind too takes many forms like storms, gets steady winds, etc. In active weathering away of the earth's surface by these moving agents is called erosion. Transportation. The eroded material in the form of small rocks, gravel, mud, fine soil, etc. carried by winds and water is called transportation. Rivers and winds or even waves cut soil and rocks from one place and take them to distant places, sometimes hundreds of kilometers. And last one, deposition. When the rivers and winds slow down, they do not have the process to carry the material anymore and them dump them. This dumped debris help to form plains and river basins. Much of it is actually transported by rivers to the sea, where layer after layers of these deposits accumulated in the bottom and over time get transported into sedimentary rocks. Work of water. The work of a river begins from its very source in the high mountains. The flow of river is very swift as it descends the steep slopes, and it extends a great process in cutting the mountains vertically. A result, a deep valley develops, narrow at the bottom and width at the top. So this is usually called a V-shaped valley. Canyon. A canyon is characterized by steep like side slopes and may be as deep as a gorge. Canyon. A narrow chasm with steep slip walls cut into the earth by running water. Biggest canyon in the world is one of the River Colorado. The Grand Canyon in USA is 466 kilometers in length. Its depth is 1.6 kilometers and width is 188 meters to 29 kilometers. Gorges. Where the rocks are very hard, the river cuts a very narrow valley. The sides are so steep that gorges are formed. For example, the Bison Gorge in AP and the Godavari, Indus Gorge in Kashmir. Gorges. A narrow valley with a very much steep slopes that are cut off hard rocks by the rivers is called a gorge. A gorge is almost equal in width at its top as well as its bottom. In contrast, a canyon is wider at its top than at the bottom. Is Bison Gorge, Godavari River in Andhra Pradesh. Indus Gorge in Kashmir. Waterfalls. The highest waterfall in the world is Angel Waterfall. Height is 979 meters on the river Churun River in Venezuela. Second highest waterfall in the world is Tugela Waterfall. Height is 947 meters on the river Tugela in South Africa. Highest waterfall in India is Jog Waterfall or Jorasafa. Height is 253 meters on river Saravati in Karnataka. The highest waterfall in Andhra Pradesh, Talakonda Waterfall. Formation of flood plain. First one before flood. Second one during flood. Thickest and coarsest sediments deposited at channel edges. Thin and fine sediments deposited over outer parts of flow plain. And third one after many floods. Flood plains are flood prone areas. Massive damage can occur during floods in flood plains. Homes, automobiles, buildings, historical monuments, graves, sewer systems, bridges, and countless other infrastructure can be destroyed. Roadways often suffer high flooding after climbs the leaves of drying victims. In floodplains, during floods, there will be lack of clean drinking water, which causes illness and epidemics to spread. Thus, there are a lot of dangers of living on the floodplains. The river enters the plain, the slope is gentle, and the river also slow downs. Now it does not have the force to carry heavy particles and depositions them on its banks on its bed. The river is in a flood. It has greater force and cuts the soil called the silt, and when it is the not in flood it deposits silt. A layer of sediments is thus deposited during each flood, gradually building up a petrel flood plain. This is vast flood plains like the Ganga plain or the Krishna Godavari plains were made. When the flood water comes again, the riverbed may have become too high as a result of the deposition. When a river reaches the sea, the fine material which has not yet dropped is deposited at its mouth form of a delta. The word delta is originated from the Greek alphabet delta. The largest delta in the world is Sundarbans. It is formed at the mouths of river Ganga and Brahmaputra. The rivers Krishna and Godavari together make it two large deltas in Andhra Pradesh. The flood water, it changes its course and cuts new path. This result is the river constantly changes its course in a plain. In its flood plain, the river often forms meanders, gentle turns like a snake. Due to deposition along the sides of the meander, the ends of meander loop comes closer and closer. In due course of time, the meander loop cuts off from the river and forms a cut-off lake, which is called Oxbow Lake. Work of glaciers. In very cold regions like the Himalayas or the Alps, it snows heavily. They get snowfall instead of rainfall. These snow accumulates and hardens into ice. As it accumulates, it flows slowly down till it reaches warm area where the ice melts and small river starts. This is the river Ganga is formed from Gangetic glaciers in the Himalayas. Slow moving of masses of ice, a river of ice, is called glaciers. The movement of glaciers is very slow, unlike water flow. The movement would be a flow centimeters a day or even less or more. Glaciers move basically because of the force of gravity. A glacier erodes through a process called flagging, in which it lifts pieces of rock and transports them. These pieces of rock and the moving ice together act like a sandpaper on the surface of the rock over which they flow. Just as a sandpaper removes small particles of the wood, the glaciers acts as an absorber and erodes the bedrocks. So, this dual process of flooding and evaporation glaciers create a U-shaped valley. The glaciers melts and becomes water. It does not have the force of carry the large rocks which it leaves behind in the form of rugged boulders. Smaller particles and pebbles are left on the bed of the glacier. The glacier brings with it small pebbles, cobbles, sand, etc. All these debris, known as till, as occurred by the glacier from mountainous slopes, side valley, floors, etc. The till, which cannot be carried off a glacier, is deposited at various parts of the glacier. The deposition of these still is called moraines. Work of waves. The erosion and deposition by the sea waves gives rise to coastal landforms. As sea waves continuously strike at the rocks, cracks develop in them over time. Gradually, holy like caves are formed on the rocks. As these cavities become bigger and bigger, only the roof of the caves remain, thus forming of sea arches. Further erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left. These walls like fissures are called stacks. The steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above sea water is called sea cliff. When sea cliffs weather further, they form rugged caps and bays. A cap is head, land cutting out into the sea. A bay is wide mouthed recess in the line of the coast. The sea waves deposit sediments along the shores, forming beaches, etc. Formation of beaches. Sea water contains sediments like sand, pebbles, etc. Beaches form as waves deposit these sediment on the shore. The wind pushes these sediments on the shore and inland. This creates an area of sand particles, finally form a beach. Names of some beaches: Diu Beach, Manori Beach in Mumbai, Warsaw Beach in Mumbai, Mivamar Beach in Panaji, Karwar Beach, Karnataka, Fort Kochi in Cochin, Kovalam Beach in Trivandrum, Marina Beach in Chennai, RK Beach in Visakhapatnam, Chandipur Beach in Odisha. Work of wind. Strong winds carry sand and fine soil which strike the hard rocks. These two act as absorb sandpaper and erode the hard rocks. The wind action creates a number of interesting erosional and depositional features in the desert. Wind is a dominant agent in the hot deserts. About 1 by 5th of the world's land is made up of deserts. Some are rocky, others are stony, wherever others are sandy. Strong winds carry sand and fine soil which strike the large rocks. These two act as absorb sandpaper and erode the hard rocks. The wind action creates a number of interesting erosional and depositional features in the desert. Mushroom rock. Winds erode the lower section of the rocks more than the upper part. Therefore, such rocks have narrow bottom in wider top. It looks like mushrooms, so it is called mushroom rocks. Inselberg. The isolated residual hills arising abruptly from the ground are called Inselberg or island mountain. They are characterized by their very steep slopes and rather rounded tops. Sand dunes. Due to weathering and persistent wind action, there is a large accumulation of fine sand in many deserts. These form sand dunes. These are unstable hills of sand which move with strong winds. They form a number of shapes as they move and settle down. In this picture, various types of sand dunes in Sahara Desert. Loess Plains. The fine dust blown behind the desert limit is deposited on neighboring lands. Usually, this is yellow in color and is a very fertile. This soils is called loess. Loess is in fact fine loam, rich in lime, very coherent and extremely porous. The plains formed by the deposition of loess are called loess plains. Action of vegetation and human beings. In this session, we shall briefly examine the impact of biosphere on lithosphere. In what ways do you think vegetation, trees, plants and grass affects rocks? They contribute to the weathering of rocks by driving roots into fine cracks or holes in the rocks. They also enable water and moisture to enter into the rocks, which further enable weathering. On the other hand, the plant or grass covered on soils prevent easy denudation or transportation of soil by wind or water. Human beings, especially after the Industrial Revolution, have had a major role in transforming the crust on which we live. Translation. In this lesson, we are discussed about these topics. Lithosphere. The solid crust or the hard top part of the earth. Hydrosphere. The realm of water that comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas and oceans, etc. And atmosphere. The thin layer of air that surrounds the earth is atmosphere. And biosphere. The realm of life including bacteria. Landforms. The first order landforms. The primary divisions of Earth's crust into oceans and continents. The second order landforms. Landforms like mountains, plains and plateaus are called second order landforms and third order landforms. The shaping of the landforms such as valleys, deltas, sand dunes, etc. by wind and water are called third order landforms. Jigsaw puzzle. Continents look like pieces of jigsaw puzzle. Plate tectonics. The movement of massive base of rocks that is on plates is called plate tectonics. Igneous rocks. The hard rocks formed after the cooling of molten material from volcanics. Sedimentary rocks. The debris is transformed by rivers to the sea, where layer after layer is accumulated in the bottom and over time get transformed into sedimentary rocks. Loess plains. The plain formed by the deposition of loess are called loess plains. T-shaped valley. A deep valley develops narrow at the bottom and wide at the top. This is called the V-shaped valley. Sea floor spreading. The mid-ocean ridges are ranges formed by lava rise up from the mantle. This fresh crust slowly pushes the plate away, which is called seafloor spreading. Intrusive landform. When a volcano is erupted, some part of the lava may cool under the surface and become rocks. These are called intrusive landforms. Extrusive landforms. When a volcano is erupted, some part of lava forms on the Earth's surface are porous out of fossils on the Earth's surface and forms rocks which are called the extrusive landforms. Volcanoes. Volcanoes are places on the Earth's surface where molten material from the mantle erupts onto the Earth's surface. Weathering. The process by which the rocks are weakened and broken are called weathering. Erosion. The act of wearing away of the Earth's surface by the moving agents such as water and wind is called erosion. Gorge. A narrow valley with very much steep slopes that are cut off hard rocks by the rivers is called a gorge. Canyon. A narrow chasm with steep cliff walls cut into the earth by running water. Oxbow lakes. Floodplain the river often forms meanders, gentle turns like a snake. Due to deposition along the sides of meander, the ends of meander loop comes closer and closer. In due course of time, the meander loop cuts off from the river and forms a cut-off lake, which is called the Oxbow Lake. Glacier. Slow moving of mass of ice is called glacier. Mushroom rock. Winds erode the lower section of the rocks more than the upper part. Therefore, such rocks have narrow bottom and wider top. It looks like mushrooms, so it is called mushroom rocks. Inselberg. The isolated Residual hills rising abruptly from the ground are called Inselberg or islands mountains. Sand dunes. The unstable hills of sand formed due to weathering and persistent wind action are called sand dunes. Evaluation. Dear students, write the answers in these questions. What is weathering? Write about the atmosphere. How are igneous rocks formed? What is canyon? What are called plates? Which are called third order landforms? What is lithosphere? Which is the highest waterfall in India? Where is the Mount Vesuvius? Which is create U-shaped valley? Project work. Collect newspaper or magazine articles and news on earthquakes and volcanics. Prepare an illustrated file on these, how they happen and how they affect human life. Dear students, do this project work.